So is Reverb in trouble? Is Etsy in trouble? Is your money in trouble? Let's talk about it. So a few days ago, actually just a couple days ago, I had something I had posted on Facebook about now that Etsy, who owns Reverb, has something or had something to do with Silicon Valley Bank and all this craziness that's going on with that bank, would that mean that our money that we get from Reverb could be in trouble? Because they might have to file for a bailout, because things have got so bad. Well, this morning, I wake up, I look on my phone, and I see several messages from other dealers saying, I can't believe it. You called it, man. I was like, couldn't believe what? What did I call? Well, what they were seeing was Reverb was holding their money. And they were like shocked that this was happening. Well, I can't say I'm shocked by any means, because when a bank goes under, all that money that's in there, and if you have millions and millions of dollars in a bank, I mean, the FDIC only holds up to $250,000 insured, right? So what about all that other money? Well, that's where the problem begins, right? I'm no financial expert by any means. I'm not going to claim to you that I know everything about financial institutions and all that stuff. My wife does work in a bank, but I know nothing about it. But I know when things like this happen, there is a problem. And the problem will continue to move down the chain until eventually the chain enters your domain if you're part of that chain. That's why I say Reverb, which is part of Etsy, could be in trouble. But as we know from past things, a bailout may be in their future. Who knows? I don't know. But I know from what I heard this morning from several dealers that I talked to, they weren't going to take any chances. They were pulling their listings. They were either pulling them or freezing them until things get better. Well, this afternoon, other dealers contacted me and said, hey, I posted something on Instagram and on Twitter and all this stuff talking about it, and all of a sudden now Reverb is paying me my money. Well, I think what's happened there is that, sure, Reverb's going to pay you your money now, but down the line, when things get really bad, maybe they'll hold on to your money even longer. I mean, I'm just speculating. I'm not a financial expert, as I said. I'm just kind of worried about this whole thing. How does it affect us, the dealers, that actually, put our stuff on their site and expect to get paid after a person pays them? Is it going to get to the point where we don't get paid and we have to wait longer? I'm sure we'll all get paid eventually. But for somebody that is operating on a shoestring budget, maybe a smaller store like myself, and we're trying to make our bills, and they're holding our money, well, things could get tough, to say the least. And for these guys that are operating out of their house, out of their mom and dad's basements or whatever, these guys are, this is their job. And, if they don't make their money, mom and dad are going to throw them out of their house. I'm just being funny there, folks. Don't get into a hissy. Because there are quite a few dealers that actually do work out of their mom and dad's houses. And that's the one thing about Reverb. If you don't know this, if you're kind of new to the game, Reverb, anybody can be a dealer. They're not like myself and several others that actually have brick and mortar stores where you pay the taxes every month and the insurance and the security, systems and all this other stuff that we have to deal with. These guys are operating in their house. They just operate out of their house and they just sell stuff, and they say they're a store. Well, I guess they are a store in their house, and they don't have the all the other things that brick and mortars have to worry about. And a lot of these guys, I'm not coming down on these guys, because a lot of these guys are friends of mine, and a lot of these guys used to have stores years ago, and now they've closed them after all the stuff that's gone over, like 2008. And 2008 collapsed a lot of dealers, and they didn't want to go away, so they just opened stores up on eBay and Reverb and Gbase and everything like that. And now here they come. One of the biggest ones that they use is Reverb, and got problems. So a lot of these guys have decided to pull their listings for the time being and wait and see what happens from Reverb and Etsy. So if you find this video helpful in any kind of way, please hit the like and subscribe button and follow me as I do this and other stuff. So anyways, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my little chit chat, and I'd love to hear your comments on this as well. And we'll talk about it as we go further along and see where Reverb lands. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching the show, and we'll see you here on Randy's Guitar Attic. Bye, guys.